Really? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's that time again where I like to calculate my finances towards the end of the month. This month I am in Turkey. Must understand when you're traveling for a week or two, yeah, it's fun, doesn't really hurt you financially, but when you're traveling for a month, finances are totally different. In this video, we'll be talking about what's the cost of living in Istanbul, Turkey. So if you're planning to come to Turkey, Istanbul, for a week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe a month, this video is going to help you understand the cost of living in Istanbul, Turkey. If you haven't seen my previous video, I talk about the exact same thing in another country, Egypt. You can check that video right here. In this video, I know I'm still uploading videos from Egypt, but I decided to take a long pause to kind of catch up with my content. That's why I've been here for about a month, but it's gonna make sense after the end of this video. If you haven't seen my previous video, I talk about how I break down my finances, which is through 4 different categories: accommodation, transportation, food, and other. Like I said, other could be necessities or anything that doesn't involve in the first 3 categories. And I also use another app called Monify. It lets me see and break down money throughout the month, and it allows me to not go over my threshold, which my threshold for every month is $1,000. No matter where I go, I track my expenses in my phone, whether it be eating food, whether it be buying a SIM card or calling a taxi. It's all documented in my phone notes, and I keep track of it to make videos like this at the end of the month, showing you guys how I'm financially maneuvering through these countries. So this story starts with me coming to Turkey from Jordan. I was in Jordan for a week, and I flew direct flight. It's like an hour and a half to Istanbul, Turkey. And since then, I've been in Istanbul for about a month. I came in July 26th to August 26th, which makes it a month. And obviously, I'm filming it now. After. And let's start off with accommodation. Beforehand, I was in a hostel that was disguised as a hotel. That's a whole different video I'll get into. I was jumping around from hotel to hostel for the first week before I already got into my right now apartment. What I spent in the month of August for accommodation is 2,884 Turkish lira. When we convert that into dollars, we get $346.94. I think that's pretty good, and the reason why that number is low because I wasn't hopping around from hotel to hotel to hotel to hotel. I think it was the first week and a half I was kind of jumping around until I confirmed a place to stay. So that already knocked out accommodation expenses. Normally accommodation is going to be the most highest no matter where you go because you're constantly changing every 2 or 3 days. But for the fact that I was able to get an apartment here really kept that number low for me. And I think it was the best decision I made finding an apartment here. If you guys are looking for an apartment, you can also go on Facebook. There's a lot of Facebook groups for expats. I checked on Airbnb. I personally don't think it's the best approach for looking at an apartment. You can totally just Airbnb for a whole month, but what I found was like they charge per day and it's a lot. What I found was like something around $700, maybe $780 for a whole month on Airbnb versus, you know, finding someone here locally through Facebook groups. There's plenty of people looking for apartments that are renting long-term, short-term. What I got here was just equivalent to 190 bucks. What I could have done to bring that number down, if I had already solidified the deal with the apartment in the beginning of me coming here, it would have been just solid 190 and I wouldn't have had to jump around. But that probably wouldn't have happened because I met this guy through another friend. So it is what it is. I think the number is great, $346.94 equivalent to what I spent here in a whole month. I think that's an amazing deal, and I hope it continues. Transportation. Oh man, I love this topic. This is where stuff gets really juicy. Understand that Turkey moves differently now. So there's something called the HES code. I don't want to get into that in this video, but I'm going to talk about it in my future videos of like first impression or first day in Turkey, which I'll make you understand. But you need a HES code to actually maneuver through Turkey besides taxis. But for transportation, what I spent was 371.32 Turkish lira. When we convert that into dollars, it is $44.67 in 1 month. And this number is so low because Turkey has one of the best transportation systems that I've ever seen or been able to use. I mainly stayed away from taxis. I was using in the beginning, like when I first got here, but it was very rarely. Taxis weren't even hurting me financially. It's very inexpensive to take taxis, but the most part is Turkey has great resources for getting around. They've got the metro, they've got the ferry, they've got the taxis, they've got these local bikes that you can use. There's lots of resources and it doesn't really hurt you financially. My game plan was to make use of the resources like the buses so I can learn how to maneuver on my own without having to rely on taxis, because at the end of the day, taxis will rip you off the most, especially at night when you're stuck. After 12 o'clock because of COVID, everything shuts down. So these taxis are like, oh yeah, we're gonna get these people now. We're gonna triple charge them because they have no way of getting around. So this number didn't really hurt me because my game plan was to just use the buses and the ferries, and I took advantage of that. Like taking a bus, depending on where you go, is very inexpensive. Ferries are so fun to take around. It's very therapeutic and it's also cheap at the same time. The highest you'll ever pay getting around is with the taxis, and that's not even a lot either. What I could do to bring this number down, probably walk. I mean, you really can't just walk everywhere because Turkey is divided by the Asian side and the European side, and you have to use either the ferry or the metro, underground metro, to get over. So I think I did pretty well for the month of August for this amount that I've paid. Food. Turkey has such delicious food. Literally cannot stop eating over here. I'm eating fish, chicken, desserts, popcorn, ice cream. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways, food did not really hurt me financially either. There's lots of dishes to try. And you have to be smart about where you eat. But eating food in Turkey, I started off trying to understand, you know, where's the local areas, how much does local food cost versus tourist prices. And literally my first dish was 22 lira. That was my very first meal, and that kind of gave me an idea of what local dishes cost versus touristic dishes would be between 30 and 50 lira. But what I spent in the month for food was 1,945.42, which is converted into $235.21. That is what I paid for the month of August on food. So initially when I was hopping around from hotel to hostel, I was eating, you know, outside food here and there, local dishes, food here. I was buying fruits, I was buying water. I wasn't really splurging because there's all kinds of foods in it. It's very inexpensive for me. It wasn't until I got my apartment then I started buying groceries. And buying groceries definitely saved me a lot. I was buying groceries from a market called Migros and another one called Shok. Very just super close, good prices. You know, I was just buying meat, bread, water, my favorite juices, some jam, eggs, simple stuff. And because of that, I was able to come up with that number in the month of August. I think that number is great, but obviously how I would improve was kind of, you know, maybe I should spend more time on groceries and not so much outside food. And the last category is other. Other is just, like I said, anything that doesn't fall under food, transportation, and accommodation. So I could just say necessities, you know. Here, other, I bought my visa, I bought my SIM card. After traveling for like 3 months, I finally bought a shirt. Not this one, this one's mine already. You take advantage of kind of just starting over, starting fresh. You wanna like change your briefs, maybe some new white shirts. Here, you can take advantage of that here in Turkey. I heard even people from Syria, even the Egyptians, Azerbaijan, they come to Turkey to kind of vacation and stock up on clothes and food. Here they have like the Grand Bazaar. But what I spent for the month is 1,420.7 Turkish lira, and when we convert that, it is 171 $4.77 for other. I think that's great. It is what it is. Some things were needed. In total, I spent about 6,601 lira. When we convert that into dollars, we get $798.59. And when we place that under the threshold of $1,000 a month, yes, it does fit under $1,000 a month. So I did great this month, and I hope to continue going great for the next month moving forward. And this is what you should expect. The cost of living in Istanbul, for me, it's very inexpensive. For others, it may be different. My finances will obviously be different from yours. This is just a month of just really chilling. I haven't even really done anything extravagant. I haven't left Istanbul. I haven't gone to Izmir. This is just me living for the past 30 days in Istanbul, eating food, going out, going to the metro, hanging out with friends. But that is the end of this video. I hope this really helped you guys and open up your perspective. Please, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Don't forget to always like, share, and subscribe. Please join the community. I am a traveling YouTuber, and I've been traveling for 4 months now, full time. I hope to see you guys in the next video, and take care. Peace.